transit effect in the year 2022 for the rising sign as well as for the moon sign. Choice is yours. Saturn represents karma. Saturn represents hard work. Saturn represents profession. Saturn represents our career, status, our status in society. Saturn represents our prestige, honor, income resources, financial opportunities. Saturn represents property, any kind of property. Saturn represents our financial backing. Saturn means money. Saturn represents wealth, assets. Saturn also represents directly, indirectly lifespan. Health issues which are most complex and difficult to deal with. Life-threatening health issues. Saturn also represents death. Saturn also represents crisis, trauma, grief, hard work's reward. Saturn represents service sector. The whole service sector where we provide the services. Saturn represents profession, career, merchandising. And Saturn's impact and effect are very important. But if you are very much concerned about your future, about your job, about your business, about your career, about your profession, about your employment the coming year, about your status, prestige, financial backing, your professional projects, your professional ventures, then Saturn transit effect are quite important. You have to learn about those. What are these according to your moon sign? What are Saturn's transit effect according to your Lagna sign? Both. Saturn's effect is quite important because Saturn represents your karma. Saturn represents your work, your profession, your career, your status, your prestige, your honor, your income resources. Saturn represents your property regarding wealth, assets, lifespan, health, crisis, trauma, grief, hard work's reward, your service sector, your professional sector, your career, your merchandising. That represents Saturn. Virgo Saturn's effect for Virgo, rising sign, Virgo moon sign. It will apply to both. If your Virgo is rising sign, your Virgo is your moon sign. If your Virgo is Lagna, Saturn effect for Virgo from 29th of April 2022 will carry on till 12th of July 2022. It's around about 2.5 months. Saturn will be in 6th house. The pie of Saturn will be copper. Virgo, you'll go through lots of obstacles, delays, stumbling blocks, hardships, struggleful situation in order to accomplish your income resources. There will be improvement in your health. You'll come across lots of financial, professional opportunities. You'll be participating in a lot of social events, religious events. You'll be feeling that your project can be on hold. Sometimes you feel blocked. Sometimes you feel stuck. Sometimes you feel trapped, not going anywhere. Virgo, there will be rise in expenditure and few hassles you go through. You must look after your health and well-being. More you become determined, driven and dedicated, more you become successful. At this time, your personal happiness can be missing. Your expenditure and struggle will be higher than your imagination. Health-wise, do look after yourself from cold, throat infection, breathing issues, any complication linked with bladders, feet and legs and kidneys. Beware of legal issue, fine, penalty, punishment. Beware of any kind of animosity between you and your partner. There might be a few different opinions between you and your family member. If you're a single getting married, then you will come across many obstacles and delay in your relationship. Beware of any accident and mishappening. Saturn transit in 6th house mostly signify financial gain with your hard work. This period will see you settling all your outstanding bills, debts and dues. The flow of money will be smooth, generally more than you would expect. You will buy some kind of a land or property. Some of you also consider building a house or land. You already known. This particular time also see you winning over or defeating your enemies. Health will be good. You will be at peace with yourself. Both professionally, socially, these are good times. Some of you also find older people exceptionally supportive toward you. Friends will be helpful, more sympathetic than ever. This period could be good for romance. Married people will enjoy harmony, happiness. Lovers can look forward for many deeply emotional experiences. Those expecting a baby will welcome a new member in the family. Your relatives will also be happy with you during this phase of time. Saturn transit in 6th house. The other definition of Saturn's, this is a critical time in your development. Saturn leaves this house and crosses next house, 7th house. Your efforts to attain goal and ambition will begin to bear definite fruit and rewards if you have handled this house properly, because this house is a base for the 7th house. But if you have not received much recognition for your efforts in the past 5 years, you will begin to receive it now and in the 7th house, for Saturn transit in 7th house. Transit of Saturn through 6th house can be compared to preparing for like a debate. You have to put everything in order that you will make the maximum impact. Consequently, this is a time for very heavy responsibility and extreme hard work. A time of your responsibility may seem overwhelming. You may not feel equal to the challenge, but if you are employed, you may find it difficult to live up your employer's expectation and demands, which can lead to difficulty on the job. The situation is made worse by you feeling that even if you did better, you would not be adequately recognized or compensated for your efforts, and you would probably be right, at least in the short run. But in the long run, you can keep it. The work will be beneficial. Your effectiveness as a human being will be tested during this phase of time. Therefore, you should try to get your performance into shape in many areas, especially work and professional matter. Later, you will be in more public position where it will be harder to make necessary changes. Conserve your energy now in order to devote yourself more efficiently to whatever must be done. If you scatter or waste your energy, you will not have enough. And if you try compensate with extra burst of energy, your health may suffer. The 6th house is also a house of health. The Saturn transit means that you must attend to your health. Treat your body as a temple. Treat your body as your tool that must be well cared for in order to achieve its desired purpose. If your health breaks down due to this transit, you should examine the way you handle your physical energies. Make sure whatever changes are necessary, that your lifestyle more accurately reflect your intrinsic reality. Both your body and mind must be in shape for impending emergence of your energy into the outer world, where everyone can see them more clearly. That will happen shortly. Virgo Saturn's effect on Virgo rising sign and Virgo moon sign. Saturn's effect for Virgo in 2022. Transit of Saturn in 5th house. The whole prediction will apply if your moon sign is Virgo, if your sun sign, if your moon sign is Virgo, if your rising sign is Virgo, if your lagna is Virgo. And starting from 12th of July 2022, it will carry on till 17th of January 2023. Saturn will take a reverse gear, go back to the 5th house, and pi of Saturn will be iron. Virgo, you will face few complications and delay in achieving your objective. Given Saturn coming to 5th house, there will be few secret tension which you don't want to share with anybody. You got to deal with your family and relationship related to matter very carefully. Refrain from living family arguments and conflict. There will be rise in expenditure and health complication. Time to time, you will come across financial opportunities for property, joint ventures, projects, business ideas, land-related investment. You got to be very careful about your anger, ego, behavior, conduct, dealing, word or speech. If you are a married person or family man, then you must look after your relationship with your partner and family and their well-being. You got to give a direction to your thoughts. Be prepared to face with few stumbling blocks in achieving your higher education. Your hard work and fully determined efforts will bring dignified rewards and success and prosperity for you. You will face a few complications in your flow of income. You got to be very careful about your decision choices and commitment. If you are a student, you must look after your educational success and career. The journey of Saturn in 5th house from, may I say for Virgo rising sign, for Virgo moon sign, it will be if your ascendant is Virgo or if your moon sign is Virgo. This brings some sort of a grief as well. This particular period is you getting involved in unwise activities, some arguments, conflict with your relative as well with other people. Some of you like to get involved in more litigation with your own family members. Family members will be nearest to dearest one, your life partner or your children. You may find it difficult to get along with people of even your companions, if your life partner, if your children, if you are a family person. Avoid reckless behavior at this particular time period. This may cause you some sort of a loss of status in society. Exercise financial caution during this phase of time. Work also needs proper handling. You have to be careful of losses in your profession. Avoid new undertaking during this phase of time. You may not get the desired result. You may not be satisfied with an investment in stock and share market during this phase of time. Pay proper attention to your health of all your family and your health, including yourself. Do not ignore any of your family health, and your health issues can be life-threatening later on. Your spouse may fall ill if this particular Saturn can instigate that kind of issue as well. Most of you are likely to feel anxious, mentally unstable. If married, you may develop aversion towards your spouse. Maintain harmony, happiness, comfort at home require very much discipline, lot of effort at this time. Please be careful. Students may lose their interest in their studies if you are Virgo. You are too distracted, become too lazy, and if you wake up yourself and awake yourself from inside and awake your interest again for your studies, then you can achieve the best. But if you're too distracted with other things, then your study can suffer. Saturn transit in 5th house, this particular time period, you will learn more about yourself, how to express yourself in the best possible way. That's what Saturn will teach you. But you have to work for this result. It will not happen by itself. You should proceed in a very careful, organized manner. Although the 5th house is usually considered a house of creation, and Saturn transit through it is likely to be very amusing, as it is everything in your life has to have some teaching or learning purpose. During Saturn transit in 5th house, you redefine and restructure your inner self. Now you will begin to give that self new form through interaction with others. Area traditionally associated with 5th house become burden at this time. You will have to attend these matters, for they will not take care of themselves. For example, family may become heavy responsibility for some reason. Love affair become quite difficult, especially if they do not permit you to newly restructured self to be expressed. A love affair may involve an older person who acts almost as a parent to you, or you may play the role of someone younger. You may first become aware of certain aspect of yourself through the intense emotional encounter with another person. Even if it is an unpleasant encounter, it can be positive growth experience. During this transit, Saturn transit 5th house, you may also simply withdraw from encounter with others. This is understandable because every encounter poses a challenge, but you should not avoid them anyway. In so doing, you are avoiding the experience of what you have become, which is so necessary for your proper development at this time. If you feel that you want a relationship, but your opportunities seem to be frustrated, examining your real feeling, usually you'll find that you are subconsciously avoiding the people who would be right for you in order to avoid the confrontation you fear. The 5th house is also a house of gambling, speculation, and more risks. These activities are not at all in accord with methodically work-demanding nature of Saturn. Do not take such risks currently, for then they are not likely to work out. Only thing you can produce during this time period will be the result of hard work. You will have a much more disciplined approach to create activity that you have had in the past. It should be, because again the aim is to understand yourself through careful disciplined action. In this case, activity means giving form to something through your own efforts. The principle apply whether you are artistic. All of us are creative in some ways. Thus, please do press the bell for like and kindly share this video with your colleagues, with your family, with your friends, with everybody you know. And become our subscriber, then we can share a lot of information with you. We can inform you about our live show consultation streaming, which comes every Wednesday UK time 12 till 2, every Friday 12 till 2 UK timing. Every Sunday, live streaming shows. We are always presenting you live show and giving you you can participate the live show consultation streaming. You can participate in those shows. Every Sunday, UK time 12 till 2, and then 3 p.m. till 5 p.m. UK timing. We'll also share with you weekly horoscope, monthly horoscope, yearly horoscope. That sort of content, and always the content is there for you. But for Saturn transit effect, if you really need tasks to counter the effect of Saturn transit, if there's a negative effect, precaution which will provide you protection, chanting which can spiritually help you out for overcoming any kind of complication, hassles created by Saturn for you, then kindly visit my website prakashastrologer.com. Acquire the yearly horoscope report according to your moon sign or according to your ascendant sign, according to your rising sign or lagna. Then you can implement all the strategies regarding your tasks, precautions, chanting for your betterment. Wishing you all the very best of luck.